Hi guys, so today I've got something really special and I'm here with a Ferrari 458 Italia, but it's also a little different. So we're here at Bicester Heritage Centre on the test track, putting the Ferrari to the test at what it does best. Now we'll have a little look around, warm the car up, and then we'll have a bit of fun playtime. So let's take that quick look around first.
The Ferrari 458 is described by Jeremy Clarkson as the all-time great, with all the aerodynamic influence on the gorgeous body, standard ceramic brakes, and a 0 to 60 time of a whopping 3.4 seconds. It's a rear-wheel drive mid-engine with that 4.5 litre naturally aspirated V8, giving you 560 brake horsepower and a top speed of 210 miles per hour. They were first released back in 2009 and they still fetch anywhere from 150,000. This price can rise when adding those additional extras. So moving on to the inside, you can spec that Italian luxury, and it's a driver's focused cockpit with that classic Ferrari steering wheel and red stitching. And this one has a £4,600 extra racing seats. Amazing, right? So even though it's a supercar, the boot space is pretty generous, with enough room for a weekend away. So onto the driving.
So now I'm in the driver's seat and, well, first off, it's a really nice place to be, but we're going to take it a bit gradual, warm the car up, get used to it a little bit, because obviously this is a very expensive car and it's not mine. So we'll see how it feels, talk through all the bits and bobs of it, and then we'll have a little bit of a play. So let's get going. So we pop it into first. There we go. I'm currently driving a Ferrari. Well, first off, the paddles feel lovely. It doesn't feel massive either. And the braking points. So one thing the 458 has over its predecessor of the 430 is they upgraded the suspension, which means the rear feels much more planted, meaning you can get corners like this. But if you want it to step out, it is possible. So like I mentioned before, 0 to 60 is an absolutely incredible 3.4 seconds. But not only is it super fast in a straight line, the handling is phenomenal, and it really is best of both worlds of being a perfect track car, and also it's just beautiful. These have got ceramic brakes as standard, which is also a good thing when you're going on a massive straight towards cones. Now, getting used to the ceramic brakes, I can actually brake a lot later, but I've just got it consciously in my mind that this is a £150,000 car and it's also not mine. But we'll see how we get on as the day progresses. Now, this is a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, which, especially with the flapping paddles, is absolutely lovely. But it also revs out to a cracking 9,000 RPM, which for a V8 is amazing. And it definitely packs a punch. So now onto the inside. Obviously it's the place where you sit in the most. It had a lot of influence from Michael Schumacher, which is why it has these gorgeous giant paddle shifters here, so they're easily accessible. But it also means there's no room for the conventional stalks. So the indicators are on the wheel, which is a little bit bizarre, but that's not why you have a Ferrari. Now, of course, it's renowned for the perfect red engine start button on the steering wheel, and also the Manettino here. So we've got things like race mode, the most aggressive mode, sport, wet mode, and these two here to do with traction control. So we have things as well like your speedo, so digital speedo, which I think you need in this car just to be aware of speed cameras, of course. You've got your rev counter here, and also letting you know about your tyres and engine. Because it's got the carbon driver zone, it has all this beautiful carbon fibre here, but also the LED flashing to let you know when you're at the top of your rev range. Now, in terms of infotainment, there's not a lot here, but then again, are you buying a Ferrari to put sat nav on or have a music class? You'll be listening to that V8 in the back. on the 458 is the steering. It feels very precise, it goes where you want it to, and also it's very quick. So for those aggressive turns you need, it performs really well. Now, looking at the competitors, you've got things like the Porsche 911, a McLaren 650S, and an Aston Martin Vantage, which is also V8. But Ferrari just has this presence. It's a Ferrari. Even when you look at the F1 teams, everyone wants to drive Ferrari because it's a Ferrari. It's an Italian pedigree. So the throttle response on it is just spot on, really. You can balance it, you can get it just as much as you need. So when coming out of that corner, you can do it spot on. Those brakes are fantastic. So you can so gently apply on the throttle and get it so consistent. Obviously we're in a Ferrari, every car has their negatives, and unfortunately things with a supercar like this is the usability. Now, they have made it so you can daily it a lot easier than maybe some of the predecessors, but do you really want to be leaving your Ferrari 458 in Tesco's supermarket car park? I think not. So again, we've got that beautiful prancing horse on the front, but you do pay such a premium for that badge. And also, being a Ferrari, they are quite mileage sensitive, and also to the fact with servicing and bits like that, you have a lot of added costs. So a basic service in a normal car, you're looking at maybe £200 for an oil and filter change. In a Ferrari, add an extra zero on the end. Oh, that's the weird thing. The panels don't move. Obviously, because the Ferrari isn't my car, I'm not going to risk £150,000 on a launch. But let's give it a go. The owner's going to do it for me. We're going to do my reaction and see what happens. So this is quite exciting. This is the straight ahead. It's not massively long, but let's go. Pretty well. There was a little bit of skidding, a little bit of back wheel trying to get traction, but that was fun. That felt very safe and progressive.
So after the afternoon of playing around with the Ferrari on track, we thought, why not turn everything off so there's no driving aids and have a go around the test track to see how we get on.
So, to conclude my Ferrari 458 Italia review, and obviously it is in the best environment on a test track where we can really push the limits, and it was so much fun. Really enjoyed it, and it really puts this car where it should be, which is on a track. Obviously, as a day-to-day driver, it's not ideal. There is going to be a Ferrari versus M2 video coming up, so that will put that side of things into perspective, but it's a Ferrari. I love it. So much fun, so much testing it, and yeah, what more can I say apart from get yourself in a 458 and have an amazing time. So yeah, and also a huge thank you to Cotswold Driver. I'll pop his Instagram tag below for trusting me with his pride and joy. I don't know why, but it's been amazing fun. You guys know the drill. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.